Hello, viewers. My name is Helen, the third person of Marriage on the Rock and Singles with Purpose. And in this very episode about the general challenges about parenting in this dispensation, as in parenting the Generation Z children, I have two guests here, and she is Victory while she is Ella. The very first one I want to say is about moral discipline and then spiritual discipline. I was just trying to say that maybe or probably that if a child did not grow up under parents who are well disciplined, or maybe the parent did not instill discipline or spiritual values into them as they were growing, that it could be a major challenge in child upbringing. That okay.
Yes. So the parents can be disciplined, the parents can be very religious, and the child can turn out another way.
But I really want to ask that: are you a Christian by birth or because of what people tells you outside?
I'm Christian by birth.
Yeah, because you actually did not have the choice, because you were born into a Christian family, and as you were growing up, you knew that your parents were Christian. I think that is a landmark. But I still really want to believe that most of the things that children knows and what they do, the way they behave, the way they react, actually have like a source from their parents.
I feel the parents are the one that will set the
Yeah,
foundation.
of course, that is
guide,
exactly
right?
where I'm
Yes.
going. So even though the environment have different influences on children, I want to really believe that it is the duty of the parents to start from the grassroots. Now, the second one I want us to quickly consider is about performance pressure. Maybe there are anxiety from like expectations for parents to children. Okay, I want you to be a doctor, you must be a lawyer, and then things like that. So I begin to lay some pressure on you academically that okay, this is what you have to do, this is what you must not do. What is exactly your take in that kind of situation, and then in that form of parenting?
Like in a point where the expectations are high,
Mhm.
the child will try his best to go beyond his limits.
Okay.
We try himself to push too far, and at the same time, in the process of pushing, he might actually go far from the
There
parents.
is one thing I really want you to also understand, that parents are meant to understand their children's interests.
Yes, that is the key point. That is the foundation.
So
of
the
the
discovery is left in the hands of the
parents.
parents to discover
Yes.
the abilities of his our children. Okay.
You also mentioned something about spiritual. Of course, our parents are much
Yeah,
more
they're
wiser.
supposed to be the spiritual
Yes,
compass.
and
Okay. Parents must help their children to discover themselves.
Yes.
Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Okay, and then we can be like the compass, both maybe in their areas of interest, and then we cannot impose.
Yes.
Then we have understanding together, then we have agreement. I think we should listen to this. It's about a theory that she wanted to bring into the matter to help.
Based on Pascal pressure.
Okay.
And Pascal pressure, a pressure is inserted into a body, and then the body, it is spread into each part of the body, and then it has to be released, unless the pressure will be too much on the body.
You are trying to compare the pressure on a body,
exactly.
and then now like a mother now trying to apply
Pressurize a child.
Okay.
So let's say the child is being pressurized. The body, we have to release the pressure.
Okay, so
the
somehow
pressure will be pressurizing the child too much, that the child will have to go somewhere to release it.
Ooh.
So let's say in an instance now you have a friend that you are pouring everything out. So what if that friend is the bad person to
okay,
actually
now
advise?
giving you like a contradictory opinions. Okay, so if you are actually releasing that pressure into somebody
who isn't the right person.
Okay, who isn't the right person?
Exactly.
That might be more issue. Let me try to summarize what we are trying to say here, that if a parent kept on pressurizing a child, and once the child is pressed, then it has a limit that it can curtail.
Exactly.
Otherwise, we have a place to channel all those feelings to.
Yes.
So this pressure might likely drive a child away from their parents.
Exactly.
Okay, looking for a place to just I
Release.
need to, yes,
And
release.
knowing that the pressure is coming directly from the parents,
Parents,
they won't
they
be able
won't
to
go to
return
go-
the pressure to the
Yes.
parents.
Okay, so
They will have to
because the parents is the one
a
giving me
place.
this.
Exactly.
What we're saying now is that, so if a child actually find like a channel to release that the pressure to,
Yes.
if that channel happens to be the wrong channel, then there will be trouble.
No, it should be big trouble.
A very big one.
Oh wow! So that child can actually go farther away from
The
Father.
parents.
the parents. Okay, it will be as if you are fighting for
Yes,
your
it's
own
just like-
independence.
yes.
I really needed to breathe
Yes,
because
yes.
my parents are not
You need to
helping me.
breathe, so you go
Okay.
out there, and that outlet that you find is going to be like a little crack. So you try to push further into that wall, into
and
that
before
crack,
you know
and before
it-
you know it, you crack the
Yeah,
wall.
it could actually lead
Yes.
to an addiction. The way you are
Yes.
saying it.
Very well.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
so
very
that, okay, I needed a place to release the tension,
Yes.
the pressure my parents are giving me.
Yes.
So people will go and start smoking.
Yeah, smoking, drugs.
Yeah, wow.
Just for them to
Yes.
feel lightheaded.
And sometimes,
Oh, so
some-
because they needed to just feel lightheaded.
They just want to release everything
And
in
I
any
think-
aspect, in any way they can actually release
yes.
it.
And
They
aside
won't
from
mind.
and aside
Wow.
from that part too, we also have where you mentioned friends.
Mhm.
The right, if she mentioned, if it's not the right person,
Yeah.
even though you tell the right person and the right person is not under the right set of friends, then you all get influenced together. So you see something that, okay, this friend is smoking to get rid of that our own pain, me too, I want to smoke to get rid of my own pain, then you realize that everybody's going together further away.
Wow. So a
Yes.
parent actually might not be aware, but in the process of parenting, there is every possibility that you are driving your children away, farther away from the right path. Saying that parenting, we need to apply some wisdom
Lots of
Lots of
and
wisdom.
understanding.
Yes.
And I think parents should actually learn to cool off sometimes, and they will listen
and
to-
draw back.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
draw
draw
back,
back.
and then we watch the dramas.
Yes. No,
Then,
the funny
okay.
thing about life is that no matter what, learn to draw back. For parents, I've learned that to just draw back, because in the ending, the children will always try to come to the parents, even though they don't come directly. You do it indirectly.
You
and
know, you are
indirectly.
speaking according to your own perspective as a
Yes.
generation
Yeah,
children.
actually.
But let me speak as a mother now. There is no way I'm gonna sit back and watch you do what is
I'm
not
not saying
wrong.
No,
What
it's
is-
not like-
I'm not saying draw back
Okay,
like completely.
okay.
Like sometimes
we
just give
draw
them-
back,
it's
but
just
we
like-
still watch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just,
why we
it's just
draw
like,
back?
the draw back is just for the breathing space that
Okay.
the child needs.
Okay.
I'm not saying draw back and just
No,
leave the
like,
child
no, it's
alone.
not leaving the
That is
child.
not-
Okay, now we are not saying we should leave the child
Don't leave the
alone.
child.
Exactly,
we,
because-
we all
Of course, be
agree on that.
watchful,
And then
yes.
even as a parent, let me tell you this, that there are some certain situations when you feel you are not reaching your child. This is what I have practiced a lot. If you are not reaching your child, why don't you tell God who owns that child from head to toe? The creator. So if you cannot hear my voice, you should be able to hear the voice of Abba when he speaks to you clearly. So even though you no longer understand your children, why don't you go on your knees and pray for them? Send God to them. He will take care of that child.
Yes.
And then you are not supposed to completely sit back and watch them get destroyed.
Yes.
You can be chipping in ideas occasionally, and then you can actually go hard on them. But if you want to go hard, make sure you quote your words with so much of love. And let your correction come from a place of understanding. So as I will be rounding off on this section today with my beautiful and gorgeous guest, I want to round up like this, like some responses for parents. Please, to your children, please model godly living. Children copy more than they listen. We should note that. And then 2, please be intentional. Be intentional. Be ready to train, to teach, and talk consistently. Please cover them in prayers. It is very, very, very important. For protection, for purity, and even for purpose, please pray for them. And then please maintain open communication. Be a safe space. I think they have been able to explain to us that when the pressure is much, you need a place to rest your head. Why can't you as a parent be that safe space? So please be a safe space for your children so that they can always come back to you, they can always listen to you, you can always understand them and give them the right ideas, not always imposing on them. So please maintain open communication. If when they are communicating jargons and rubbish, things that are not making sense to you, please let the communication lines be always open between you and your children. Don't you dare ever allow it to be closed. So, and then please, the last but not the least, please empower, not just instruct. Help them know their worth in Christ. That is your responsibility. It is not the responsibility of the church. It isn't the responsibility of the society. As parents, it is our responsibility. To every parent who have listened to this, I pray that the Lord will help you in your responsibility as a parent. Thank you for staying with us.
Thank you.
Special thanks to my guests, Ella and Victory. Thanks for having you. God bless you for me. So if you have any comments, if you have any observation or questions, you can drop them at the comment section, and then you can actually call me directly on 07037150154. Bye bye.